Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show. Hello, this is Steve. I'm on vacation right now, and you're like, wait a minute, weren't you just on vacation? Well, yes and no. So I am actually back from vacation at the moment, but that being said, we had a couple shows that we needed to get out there so we would have content for every day. It's a daily show. And we ran out of space on our program. So we get so much allocated that we can utilize for podcast. And the old system used to allow you to archive episodes before they actually get archived. I don't know. This is all computer talk. Anyway, the new system, they changed over, they upgraded, and I can't figure out how to do it. So what happened was you literally have 2 new shows in there after our vacation time. Then you got the show coming back from vacation. I couldn't move that around because it was also April 1st, so I had to leave it that day. So you got 2 new shows. We're back, and then back to shows that are on vacation for today and tomorrow. So that gets you caught up. This show is about our friend Lenny, who said he could beat any distiller in a cage match. We decided to do a bracket challenge and see who would actually win. So here you go. We got today and tomorrow a best of, and then we're back to all original material again, starting on April 4th.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bourbon bracket challenge designed to determine the cage match champion from the bourbon industry. My name is MacNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-hosts Steve Akeley and Justine Mays, along with our special guests, Evan Van Squik, the Ewalds, the Robinsons, Paul Russo, and Kevin Rose.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey. How's it going?
Oh, good. We got our Patreon crew here again, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to do a cage match edition of a bourbon bracket challenge. That's very fun, but we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Evan Van Squik said that there's something that he wanted to talk to us about. What is that?
Yeah, so my topic for the conversation is, what is the weirdest thing in your house that you've spent a heavy investment into? So the place I'm going to start is I've actually got a set of flatware called Nork that runs about, for 8 pieces, about $125. So pretty expensive flatware, but they're really great flatware where it's got like a nice edge where you can cut with the fork. They're awesome. I love them. I've got multiple sets of them. Only a close second was my Lovesac Sactionals that are modular furniture, but I went with the Norks. Okay. Oh, Lovesac. They're great.
They are. I've looked at those several times.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. Okay.
Isn't that a B-52 song?
Yeah, it's Love Sack, baby. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Who else has something does anything stand out right away you spend too much money on? House, like he's saying, like your personal effects don't count. Like Tommy Bahama shirts, that doesn't count. It has to.
Doesn't count. Spending too much on bourbon, that doesn't count. Okay, good.
Bourbon definitely doesn't count. So that's too easy. Anything that stands out? I don't think there's anything.
A few years ago,
okay, here we
Dave decided he needed this robot dog.
Yeah.
We had a real dog
We
at
had
the
a
time.
real
but-
dog. Robot dog.
See, people make fun of me for Fork or Farrah Fawcett. This is the crazy stuff. They had to have the robot dog, even though he's got a real.
It would roll
How'd that work out, Dave?
It would sit up. It would do all kinds of things.
It was cool.
It was a real waste.
Does the real dog enjoy the robot dog?
Yes.
No.
Well, yeah, he was kind of scared.
Oh.
He thought he was being outsourced. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where is the robot dog now?
Oh, it's in the closet.
Probably
over
in a
here.
closet.
Oh, yeah. There we go. And there it is.
It was
But I
a bad
hacked
boy. They put it in the closet.
I bought it to hack though. See, so I took it apart and I put a new computer in it, and it got hacked too. So
Okay.
that's a lot.
Poor little robot
It's work
dog.
related. It's all very work.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else? I mean, that's going to be tough to top.
Yeah.
We're both gadget nuts, so a while back we saw an ad for something called phone soap,
Okay.
and basically it's a gadget. You put your cell phone in, and it uses ultraviolet light, and it cleans it. So you put it in for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then it cleans it. Well, then we used it a couple of times. Thought, well, it's just easier just to clean it with the Clorox wipe or something. And then the pandemic hit, and it was kind of like, oh, this will come in handy. This is kind of cool. So now we put it in.
So now it's turned around for you. Yeah. Not being
And
too
you
bad.
put your keys in it and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now you really need to do like the scientific test with it and clean it in that, and then do like a petri dish test to like
Yes.
see if it's
Oh,
actually-
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Go back to your lab and work on
Do
it.
the experiment.
Yeah, that'll be good. McNew, I think for you, isn't it the craft stuff? I mean, you have a whole crafting area back there. Do you use that stuff that much?
I do use that stuff, and it's stuff it accumulates over time. Like I didn't just go to
you've
the
got a
store
lot
and
of craft
buy up
stuff.
all
And
at the same time.
We record, and if I had a photographic memory, I bet you every time I went back, all that stuff would be in the exact same order. Not because you're that neat of a person, because you're not using it. That's my prediction.
It's all organized by color, just like my closet is. No,
I organize my closet by mood. Yeah.
I do mine by color, and then shirt length, sleeve length. Anyway, the most I think I think it was probably last year's Christmas tree. We already had a Christmas tree, but I didn't like it because it was too skinny, and I wanted a fat tree. So I went and bought one, and of course, it was in the front room, so it had to be a different color scheme than the rest of the living room because I'm psycho about Christmas. So I spent like probably $200 on a tree and probably like $150 in decorations for it. The damn cats knocked it over like 3 days later, and I took it down 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like mad the whole month. I'm like, they run Christmas. I don't even want to have Christmas. So
I think
probably,
maybe you hit on something that the household spent too much. Not me. This isn't my thing, but we have like 7 totes of Christmas ornaments, just the ornaments for the tree. That's too many. And then I'm like, can I get rid of some of these? No,
Nope.
we haven't even
Nope.
opened these
Same thing
4
here.
totes in the last 8 years.
I
No.
have a bunch of them.
Yeah. So that's definitely something we spent.
But Halloween rivals, I probably have about like 10 Christmas totes and probably about like 7 Halloween totes. Like I just go top to bottom. Every room gets decorated for those holidays.
All right. Paul, how about you? Anything that you've overspent on, you feel?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I overspend on everything. For the house, though, I mean, like Evan, Lovesac is a great company, and I think I have like $400 comforter from Lovesac, which is awesome and worth every penny.
Okay.
But I think my biggest is tools. I like to do a lot of stuff around the house and tools. I like to have the latest and
Tools.
greatest.
Yeah, that's a big
tools.
thing for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No one can. If we had Rick Brenner on, his biggest expense would be that $5,000 quilt that he bought. That one. That's got to be that's a mic drop moment.
That was the spike quilt.
Yeah, and then he put on a bed to take a photo of it and then put it away and never use it because it's a white quilt and he's worried about it getting spoiled or dirty. It's like, geez, $5,000 and all it ever has done is sit in the closet wrapped up.
He got pure enjoyment out of that, just winning it.
He won.
That's what that
He
$5,000
won.
was for.
All right, Kevin. Anything in your house? If we go through, you'd be like, I spent too much money on that.
I kind of feel like we spent too much money on a new oven.
Uh-huh.
My wife wanted a new oven, and I don't know if I'm just stupid.
No, you
But
gotta,
I
you gotta
can't
pick your
figure out
battles,
how to-
Kevin. That's not
I can't
that's not the
figure
hill you
out how
want
to
to
use
stand
it.
on. Yeah, you
And
decide on that one.
I never can get anything to work right in it. So
Yeah,
I
but-
guess that's my excuse for not using it. I'll just go out to the grill if I have to cook. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. That is not a battle to pick or a hill to die on.
Right.
You just kind of let that roll off your back and move on. But
Yeah.
man, it's not working for me. I don't know if I just don't know how to talk to it or what.
It's
All
a
right.
lot more useful than a robot dog.
Potentially.
Justine, we said clothes don't count, so you and your floor
I really
closet
don't-
stuff with clothes.
I really don't. That's really like my downfall is clothes and shoes. I mean, I don't really spend any money on anything else. I'm kind of boring, but I can probably go 6 months without doing laundry.
True.
It's a win,
Wear a
actually.
different distillery shirt every day, or she can go 3 months just wearing Stumpy stuff. So yeah. All right. On this show, we drink. What is everyone drinking? Kevin Rose, we're starting with you this time. What do you got there, man?
All right, I've got some Buzzard's Roost single barrel from batch 2 that just came out this year.
Okay, decent. That could
Decent.
be enough.
The cork pop's decent. The whiskey's outstanding.
All right, let's see what the Robinsons have. What do you guys got?
I've got a bottle of Larceny Barrel Proof that I finally found a couple of days ago at the Total Wine Store.
Okay. Not enough to knock off Kevin. All right, Paul, Center Square.
Yeah, I'm going to get into a little old Carter Batch 2 whiskey.
Okay, looks like a well-loved bottle. Okay, that's good, but not as good as Kevin's. Ewald's.
Got a Wilderness Trail weeded bourbon, single barrel pick.
Okay, no, Kevin still has the lead. Evan Van Scoik, you're next.
All right, I've got an unlabeled buckwheat bourbon from Spirits of French Lick.
Nice.
Okay, no, not enough. Justine Mays.
I have some Four Roses small batch.
Ooh. Folks, Justine has the lead.
Ooh.
Winner.
All right, McNew.
Have some Carl Tea from Starlight Distillery.
Okay. All right. And finally, I'm coming at Justine here. She's our leader. Old Foe, 1920. One drink out of here. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. I think that was really good. Could win most shows, but I think Justine got me. She just had an outstanding one. So Justine goes 2 for 2 on the night. Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go, Justine. Okay. We will take a quick break, and then when we come back, it is cage match time. We'll do that in just a few. Preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
This is Kevin Rose, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have a bracket challenge for cage match of bourbon industry people.
Yes, we do. So the concept is this is a true cage match. So two people get put in a cage. They can't come out till one says, I am done. It is a fight. Anything, no holds barred, kind of anything goes. But that being said, no weapons or anything like that. So this is just, and again, it's all men here. So all man against man. Our contestants are as follows. Lenny Eckstein, Royce Neely, Alan Bishop, Freddie No, David Weglars, Jade Peterson, Stephen Fonte, and Jason Bronner. So that is our contenders. The matchups are as follow. Freddie No of Jim Beam will be taking on Royce Neely of Neely Family Distillery. Stephen Fonte of Limestone Branch will be taking on Jade Peterson from Kentucky Artisan Distillery. Most notably, Jefferson's is their biggest client. Next up, Lenny Eckstein of Deerhammer Distillery will be taking on Alan Bishop of Spirits French Lick. And finally, Jason Bronner of Bourbon's Bistro will be taking on David Weglars of Still 630 in St. Louis. Now, our Patreon supporters are playing the game. We have our 3 bourbon industry insiders who will be helping you guys out throughout this. So our first matchup is an interesting one. Freddie No versus Royce Neely. So you're talking, what do our experts think here? Freddie No's a big guy. Royce is not a big guy.
I feel like Royce is scrappy.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And he'll do whatever it takes to win, whether that's a gouge in the eyes, nut stuff, whatever he's got to do. I feel like there's no decorum when it comes to Royce Neely. So that's a little preview.
Papa taught him in the backwoods.
Yeah, so that's just a preview of the matchup. Now it's up to you guys. You guys can decide whatever you want here. Paul, you're going to be first in round number 1. Who do you like out of these two, Royce Neely or Freddie No?
Well, I'd pay my $59.99 to watch that on pay-per-view, and I think it would last a little while. But I think in the end, like you said, Justine, the scrappiness factor is going to come through, and Mr. Neely will probably end up on top.
Okay, that means Royce Neely goes up 1-0. Evan, what are you thinking out of those two, Freddie No or Royce Neely?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Training in the backwoods of Kentucky, he's just going to come up from behind and get one of them holds on you, and rear neck check hold, submission. He's gone. I mean, it's gonna be a brawl, but in the end, I think the submission from behind because he's going to scrap it out.
You think he's got him? Okay.
Yeah, I think Royce.
Now that's a tall tree to climb there too. Don't forget, because Freddie No's probably 6'3" and Royce is probably 5'9" So, but you think you can still get him? Huh? Okay.
You know what? Bigger guys don't have a whole lot of ups. Okay. I know, right? All right. He's not going to jump very high. Royce might have that leaping ability like a jaguar.
Okay. All right. So that means Royce Neely is up 2-0. The Ewalds, what do you think out of those two?
Yeah, I'm kind of along the same line that Royce is going to come up with, something ingenious or something, something out of the, off left field or something.
He's going to engineer something that's going to give him an advantage.
Right. Yeah, okay. He's going to come up with something.
Okay. That means Royce Neely will move on to round number 2. Okay, our experts here. Let's look at this matchup. Stephen Fonte versus Jade Peterson. You're talking about two big guys here, first of all. Also, two very nice guys. I bet you not a whole lot of fighting has gone on. In the first matchup, I feel there's probably been a couple of scraps involving both of them. If you're talking Royce, it's been within the last 2 weeks. So that's a little different than this one. These guys are more on the nicer side of the spectrum. So, Justine, who do you think could take this?
Oh crap! I don't know.
Yeah, I think Fonte's got him by size, but Peterson's got him by youth. So.
Yeah.
So I thought about this, Steve, because there's an age gap there, right?
Yeah.
But
there's about a 20-year age difference there.
Yeah. So, but Fonte probably has that old man strength. Like that's a thing, right?
Right.
I'm gonna take a wild card and go Fonte on this one.
Okay. All right. Well, Justine, what would you think out of those two? We're split here right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I might go Jade.
Jade. Okay. That means we think Jade. But again, we have no vote at all. We just kind of give you a preview of what we think. So, Evan, you're first here. Who do you like out of these two? Fonte of Limestone Branch or Jade out of Kentucky Artisan?
So I hate to be that guy, but I think I'm going to have to go with the youth vote on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to go Jade Peterson.
That means Jade Peterson goes up 1-0. The Ewalds, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same line as Evan. I got to go the youth.
The youth, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Robinsons, here's where we're at. Jade Peterson's up 2-0 over Stephen Fonte. Who do you like out of those two?
We're going to have to go with Team Fonte.
Fonte, he gets a point. He's back in this thing. He's down. His back's still on the wall, but he's in play here. All right, Kevin, what do you think? Stephen Fonte or Jade Peterson?
Jade, his Instagram handle is just a distiller. So there's kind of a self-esteem, anger that's gonna come out in this.
Gonna boil up.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's what's going to carry him to victory over Fonte.
Okay. That means Jade Peterson will move on to our second round. Next up is Lenny Eckstein versus Alan Bishop, round number 3 for our team of experts here. This is interesting because we're very close to both these individuals, and I definitely have an opinion on this one. But I'm going to let you two weigh in first. I don't want to sway you two. So.
I mean, Lenny's probably scrappier than we think he is. Like, he builds forges with his kid and builds knives with him, but you can't bring a knife to a cage fight. And I can imagine Alan's probably gotten in more fights than Lenny, and he's got that kind of whole backwoods Southern Indiana thing. I'm going Alan.
Alan, okay. What do you think, Justine?
I don't know. I feel. I mean, I agree with.
Lenny is. He's a small dude. He's like 5'4". I'm not making fun. That's his size. Slightly built, but he's also into whatever jujitsu or something like that. And he's the only person who said he could beat up any distiller on this group. That's an official thing. He said that on the shows before. He claims he can. There's no distiller that he could not beat up in a fight. So this is meant for him. Really, it's kind of his idea almost.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I agree that, Alan's probably got that backwoods beef. But I think that Lenny is just like this wily little crazy dude that's going to come out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah, so Lenny is super fit. He also claims he's the fittest male on the ABV network. And I think that comes into play because
probably not wrong.
Muhammad Ali famously roped a dope when he beat George Foreman, just laid back on the ropes, let him just tire himself out, then came off the ropes and just pounded him. And I think the same thing here. Alan's a big guy. He smokes. I think Lenny will outwit, outlast, outplay. So my money's on Lenny, but that's where we're at. Again, we don't matter here. The Ewalds, you're first. Who do you like out of these two, Lenny or Alan Bishop?
I got to go Lenny, unfortunately. Alan will hold his own in there quite a bit, but here's a guy that is out there working out at 8,000 feet above sea level, in the mountains. I got a daughter that lives in Colorado. I go out to visit and I can't breathe. So if Lenny can survive in the mountains distilling, and that dude's fit, he's doing outdoor activities out there, I think you're not going to tire him out.
Yeah, I agree. Don't get inside. Don't scrap with them at the beginning. Don't go and try to prove a point. Just let them. Just stay to the outside. Stay to the periphery. Poke and stab, and then make your move. All right, Robinsons. What do you think, Lenny or Alan?
I agree with Dave. I think either way, Lenny's going to have the advantage, whether it's because of he'll have an oxygen rush if he's down at our level, or if Alan hits him over, he can't breathe. So I think Lenny's got the edge.
All right, Kevin. What do you think?
Okay, the thing that you're missing here is Alan Bishop is the alchemist. Okay, he's going to pull out some sort of magic BS and really do a number, cast some sort of spell on Lenny and take him down. You cannot bet against the alchemist here.
Okay. There's some mental games there, yeah.
Too, I think. There's some orneriness there.
Okay.
Plus, he'll call out the spirits.
That's right.
So here's where we're at here, Paul. You're next. Lenny is up 2-1 over Alan Bishop. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking on the same lines of you, Kevin. I think Yeah, Lenny's going to come in quick and strong, but I feel like Alan's a genius, and he's going to punch him in some nerve bundle that we don't know about, and it's going to drop him in one little.
He knows nerve bundles.
Yeah, something.
Or at least he'll tell you he knows nerve bundles.
So your vote officially is Alan?
Correct.
That means we are tied up. Evan, our first tiebreaker of the evening. It's up to you, man. Alan Bishop or Lenny Eckstein?
All right, so this is a tough one. Definitely understand that Alan Bishop, the alchemist, is definitely going to play that mental game, and he's going to bring those dark arts to the table. And you got to look out for that. But what I could also gather is a little bit of Facebook sleuthing real quick is that, Lenny's based in Colorado, and he was born in Western Pennsylvania, which is right next to New Jersey. And anything that I might know about, Philly and Jersey, he can probably scrap. So what I can gather from the athleticism, the altitude, is probably going to outlast Alan, because downfall for Alan is while he is the alchemist, he is a smoker. And therefore, he's going to have less endurance. So if it was a sprint, I think Alan could have pulled it off. But if Lenny turns it into a marathon, he's going to pull it out in the end.
So your vote is for Lenny?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that means Lenny does move on. All right, round number 4, Jason Bronner versus David Weglars. Not for sure that the whole panel here knows David Weglars. I would say he's a fit dude. I mean, he's a big guy too. Probably the most imposing of anybody here, I would say, from initial glance. But I also say a wild card here is Bronner. You talk about a scrappy fighter. Bronner, I think he knows what he's doing when it comes to throwing fists. So this is a tough matchup for sure. What do you two think about this?
Bronner's the bourbon redneck, and I don't know a single redneck that can't fight.
Right. Justine, what do you think? You know you like both these guys. Who do you think, if they were going at it, who's going to win this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that Jason's probably pretty scrappy, but I got to go with Dave on this one.
You got to go with Dave. I'll say this. I think they would go out to the center of the ring, and a lot of times you'll see fighters, touch gloves or handshake or that. I think Dave would stick out the arm, and Bronner would hit him right across the mouth, and that's how the match would start. I think Bronner's just one of those guys.
Fight 30.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely fight 30. All right. So round number 4, Jason Bronner versus David Weglars. There's your preview. You guys make the decisions. The Robinsons, what do you think?
I've got to go with Jason for what we just talked about, because it's a cage match and it probably won't be pretty. And Jason come up with something that nobody has seen before.
Yeah. Jason the Bulldog.
Right. All right, Kevin, how about you? What do you think? David Weglars, Jason Bronner.
Jason started a bourbon bar restaurant when nobody was drinking bourbon. Okay, the dude's scrappy. The dude's going to make it happen. Whatever it takes to survive, he's going to survive. So I would have to say Bronner.
Bronner is up 2-0 on the verge of eliminating David Weglars. Round number 4. Paul, what do you think? Oops, you're on mute there.
I've never met Jason Bronner in person, but from listening to the show, and I kind of picture him as like, I don't know if you've ever seen those YouTube videos of like the honey badger. like one single honey badger will like take down like a crocodile or like, yeah. So I wouldn't bet against Jason Bronner.
All right, Bronner, the honey badger. All right.
Oh, that's awesome. That's his new
Next
nickname.
time I see him, I'm going to be like, hey, honey badger.
The honey badger. Yeah, that's good.
Totally.
So here's where we're at here. Our final 4 is Royce Neely will be taking on Jade Peterson. Lenny Eckstein will be taking on Jason Bronner. Round number 5, Royce Neely versus Jade. What do our team of experts here think? I think this one's a simple one. I think scrap wins over.
Yeah, I think.
But Jade's probably in better shape than Royce.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That one's hard, but I'm going to probably go scrappy and say Royce though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So our consensus is Royce, but let's see what the judges think. Kevin, we're going to start with you. Royce Neely or Jade Peterson?
I think Jade may get Royce on the ropes, but Becca Sue's going to enter the ring with a folding chair and hit Jade over the head, and then sneak out. And Royce is going to win. So I'll say Royce.
Okay, that means Royce goes up 1-0. Paul, what do you think?
Oh, I think that it is, definitely going to come down to the scrappiness factor. And I think Royce has probably been in a few more fights than Jade in his life, and experience will win in the end.
Okay, all right. Evan, what do you think? Jade Peterson or Royce Neely?
And again, I'm doing some sleuthing. So based on what I'm seeing on Facebook profiles by Jade, I mean, he looks like someone who has once or twice lifted some weights. And based on his biceps and the mohawk in previous years, well, actually, it would be a faux hawk. Sorry, not a classic mohawk. It is a faux hawk. He would take out a brother. And while I totally respect Royce, I think Jade's probably got an upper hand here.
Okay, fair enough. The Ewalds, what do you think? Jade Peterson or Royce Neely? I mean, Jade certainly got him size-wise. So if he does it smart, I think it's no contest. But you do have the scrappiness.
You got Jade, who's a nice guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to go with Scrappy Neely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some backwoods there a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
Gotta
think
go-
he just got a
gotta
new
go
nickname
with
too. Scrappy Neely and Honey Badger.
Scrappy Neely and Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
If there's any kids that enter the family, there's my son Scrappy. Royce, you got to do it.
Round at number 6, Lenny versus Jason. So this is a matchup. You're talking a little bit more closely, even in size here. So this is a nice matchup. Lenny Eckstein taking on Jason Bronner. Round number 6. Paul, you're first.
Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger goes up. Evan, what do you think?
Yeah, when I was evaluating Lenny last time, improperly misspoke and said Western Pennsylvania, meant Eastern. Should have had my geography correct, but 1 or 2 drinks in. But I'm thinking Lenny still, put the altitude together. I understand where you guys are coming from on Jason's evaluation, where, he might throw in a cheap shot early. But again, I think if Lenny can last in there long enough, I think he's going to pull out the win.
He is a trained fighter, so let's not forget that. The Ewalds, what do you think about that one? Lenny versus Jason.
It's a tough one. You got a guy named Bronner, number one. Just the name alone, Bronner. It sounds like badass.
Bronner the Honey Badger.
Bronner the Honey Badger. It's badass. He's badass. I think I got to go with the Mountain Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Bronner?
Lenny?
Oh, the Mountain Man being Lenny.
From the mountains, Lenny.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Lenny.
Lenny's up 2-1. All right. The Robinsons, what do you think? Lenny Eckstein up 2-1 over Jason Bronner. What do you think?
I think we're gonna have to tie it up. I think age and experience over youth this time.
All right. So here's where we're at. It's tied 2-2. Lenny and Jason are knotted up. Kevin, you are the tiebreaker this round.
This is a tough matchup. Fairly equal in stature. You can take that however you want, but I've got to go with the scrappiness of Jason Bronner.
All right. That means Jason Bronner knocks off Lenny, a guy who said he could not lose to a distiller, but Jason is not a distiller, so maybe throwing bar owners in there too.
He did not lose to a distiller.
Yeah,
He'll lose to the Honey Badger.
Yeah. So Royce Neely versus Jason Bronner. It comes down to the 2 dirtiest fighters in the competition. They're now going to be taking on one another. Who takes this thing? Round number 7. Evan, you are first. We're not even going to weigh in on this one as the experts because we want this to be pure. You guys tell us what you think.
Yeah, this one's rough. We definitely brought 2 people who are going no holds bar on each other, and they're not gonna play dirty. Well, they're not. Sorry, they're not gonna play clean. They are gonna play dirty. And in a dirty fight, those who have a lower center of gravity may have an advantage. So I'm thinking Royce, like the puma the Jaguar. Let me pull this one out. It's old Scrappy Neely.
Scrappy Neely goes up 1-0. The Ewalds, what do you think out of those two, Royce or Jason Bronner?
This is the Puma versus the Honey Badger.
Yeah. Puma versus Honey Badger as it was built.
Yeah.
I got to go with Jason.
Jason.
I think a little bit of more experience there, and he's been through a few more.
He's probably bounced a few folks out of Bourbon's Bistro over the years, you know.
Yeah. If you'll notice, there's no bouncer at the front of that place.
Experience tossing some to characters probably. So yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I got to go Jason.
Got to go Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger. That means we're tied up. Puma and Honey Badger each are knotted. They have one. Next up, the Robinsons.
I was afraid it was going to come down to this. Oh my gosh. We know them both fairly well.
We're divided on this.
Against my earlier statement, I'm going to go with Royce. Go with youth on this one, just because I have a feeling this isn't going to be quick. This is going to last a while.
Okay, all right. So you're going with youth. Yeah, that means that Royce is up 2-1. Kevin, you are next. What do you like out of these two, Royce or Jason?
I mean, Royce does have the youth factor on his side.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jason's got that grit and experience. So I've got to go with the Honey Badger.
Okay. So here's where we're at, Paul. This all comes down to you. Everything that we just did, throw out the window. It doesn't even matter. It all comes down to you, your choice, your decision here. Who do you like wins the ultimate bourbon cage match, Royce Neely or Jason Bronner?
Well, I just got to say that I think I'd pay $59.99 to watch a previous fight. This one I'd pay a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, you can put a 1 in front of that and everyone's still buying. Yeah.
Money's worth on this one.
Yeah, I think we got exactly where we needed to be out of these 8. It's a tough one. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, and I think in the end, I think the youth is going to shine through. And unfortunately, the Honey Badger is going to be put out to pasture.
Well, congratulations, Royce Neely, our cage champion from the bourbon industry. How about that?
Team Puma.
This ended up being a good one. This was a good show. So
That was fun.
Well debated, well thought out. I don't think anyone could argue that everyone didn't go through a process. So I think it was good. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Look at that. The plugs is even set up. So Paul, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at All the Proof I Need.
All right. Evan.
I'm on Facebook, Evan Van Scoik, Twitter, EC Van Scoik, and Instagram as Wit Wisdom and Whiskey. And just for fun, you can find me for line dancing at Evan V Choreography on both Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. All right. Kevin.
Yeah. Take a look at the Whiskey Corner. Go to Facebook and search the Whiskey Corner. You can find the Whiskey Corner page there. That is the official blog of the ABV network. Like that page and you'll see everything that our team does.
All right. The Ewalds.
On Instagram and Twitter as the Full Bean Group. You'll see Adina mixing up crazy cocktails on the ABV network page on Facebook.
Absolutely.
So good.
Yep. And the Robinsons.
You can find us both on Facebook, Neil Robinson or Melanie Robinson.
All right. McNeil.
I'm on Instagram as Miss_McNew, or if you have any questions, you can email me, mcnew@abvnetwork.com.
Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Mays. You can find the ABV Network shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at ABV Network shop.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. You need to check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Any of our newsletters, Quick Bourbon Notes, Bourbon Zeppelin, Bourbon People, all that stuff and so much more is available at abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. Had a lot of fun. Congratulations to Royce Neely of Neely Family Distillery, our cage champion. And for our audience, we're going to have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
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 Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.